today I am bringing you a look inside a fun book I've made for Elle Studio. This entire book that I made is using the Live, Laugh, Love collection. It's available on the 10th of April, and I'm really excited to be on the blog today. I hope that you'll join me there. So let's take a look inside. I first built the book using cut down 12 by 12 papers along with 6 by 6 papers from the paper pad. I put them together in coordinating order. I kind of wanted it to be a bit messy, so I tilted some of the papers so that they weren't all straight, and then I sewed it together in the middle and made a single stitch. Once the book was created, I planned where the cover would be, and I planned certain pages to be against each other. So I did do a bit of pre-planning in the way that the pages, which pages came after which pages. So it wasn't just random throwing pages together. I really did think about which pages would be great for backgrounds and which pages would look good together when they sat open, so that I could do spreads that weren't mismatched or anything. So let's start with the cover. I first decorated the cover with this 3x4 journaling tag. It says, live, create, tell the story, repeat. And I felt like that was a really great way to open up this book, because PlannerCon was really about creation and telling your story and living a planner life, which is, most of us can understand that it's kind of a necessity to have that kind of organization and creativity in our lives. So I backed it with a cute bright yellow doily, some washi tape and an enamel dot, and then threw a little bit of a label and a tag down here. I used some Simple Stories alphas because they were the right size, and just spelled out PlannerCon. And then I used one of the stamps from the stamp set that comes in the Live, Laugh, Love collection to just create a bit of a cover. This was some prep that I did, and I used the Jonah stamp here for the word prep. Put the date when I finally did decide that I was going to go, which was very late in the game. I waffled back and forth for 2 weeks about whether or not I wanted to go, because I knew I was going to go alone. And until my friend Susanna and I decided to buddy up and meet there, I wasn't really 100% sure I wanted to go. But once I did, this is what I decided to bring. I was going to pack pretty light. I ended up bringing a little more than this, and then ended up using none of it. We didn't have a lot of hands-on crafty time, so depending on what it's like next year, I'm not sure I'll bring as much, but I might, because I think next year I will definitely do both days and stay over, so that way we have the evening time to do some craftiness. But this is part of what I documented, and I used, this is one of the 6 by 6 pieces, so you'll see this page toward the back, because I basically just laid them all flat and then sewed them down the middle and gave them a nice fold. First, when you flip it over, this is the first picture I took for the morning, was my stop at Starbucks, and this was about an hour into my drive. So I stamped here the time that I stopped and the date, and then when Susanna and I arrived, we both arrived about 7:30. We obviously had to take a selfie, so that went onto this page, and then I used some washi to make a little hinge here, and then I did some journaling on the back. But I really love this real life stamp. It was so perfect because we'd never met in real life, and that's what I think is so much fun about these kinds of communities, is that you feel like you know these people already, and even though you've never met in person, you do feel like you're friends. But it's so much different to just meet them in person and see how they talk and listen to them, and it's just such a different experience. So this little certified stamp was just so perfect for what I'm documenting here. So flip to the next page. One more little strip of washi. I think I may have done it on a couple of more pages. I used some foam alphas here to say arrived, because this was right before Susanna and I met up. So I took a little bathroom selfie. The mirrors in the bathroom were gigantic full-length mirrors, so I had to take advantage of that. And flipping over, this is, now let me just say these things are not in order, because sometimes I just had to fit in documentation wherever I could. So this is all about the parking. So I put my parking pass in here and then used some labels and hearts from the collection along with this car that I've had sitting around. I just thought it was a good color to use, and I didn't really have another place for the car in any other documenting I was doing, so figured I could use it from my stash. This is a photo of me and Corey, and I have been to a workshop of hers before, but this was, she had her own booth, and we got to take pictures with this big backdrop of planner honeys, and it was just amazing. It was so much fun. And I used the certified stamp again, because even though I have already met her, just being with her in real life is just a pleasure. She's such a joy to be around, and I did a couple of highlights here and it did some layering. And then there was a break for Susanna and I, so we decided to just hang out in the lobby of the, actually I think it's called the atrium, because it was all like in the middle of the hotel and it just had this just giant skylight. So the light in there was really, really nice. But we just sat and chatted and looked at our phones, and it was just a really fun, mellow, chill time for us. And so this is just me documenting that section of the day. And obviously there's so many fun people there, and Tracy, Reed, and I finally found each other. We both knew we were going and wanted to make sure that we had a chance to hang out. So we did the photo booth, and that was super fun. And this is actually a 3x4 card, but I trimmed it because I didn't really like the way that the white was kind of overtaking this page. So just a little bit of white made it real nice with this doily. And on the other side, it was another photo of us. We attempted to take one of the workshops, but it didn't end up working out. So the story of bullet journaling was, well, we tried. We ended up going to see Amy Tangerine talk instead. So here is a really fun photo of Susanna and Corey and I, and I placed it this way obviously because the photo was long and it was the only way to fit it, but I feel like it still works. And I also just took some of the paper that's here that has all these fun words, and I actually just used a watercolor brush and just kind of scribbled over certain words that I thought were really important for what I wanted to say. This is just, some of the pages aren't going to have any stories or aren't going to have any photos. So this just says smile. This is from the puffy stickers, and I really just love how simple that is. And then I just put a little tab here so that, you know, you kind of knew that you could flip this over. In the very center here, and you'll see all of my funky zigzags. It was kind of a mess, but made it work. Here is where I documented kind of what I ate for the day. So this is also an Elle Studio card, and it has breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I just listed that I had a bacon and Gouda sandwich from Starbucks, and at lunch, Susanna and I stayed at the hotel to have lunch, and we both ended up having a chef salad and split some fries, and they were so delicious. And then for dinner, I document that here towards the end, but we went to a Mexican restaurant in downtown Burlingame with some more of our planner friends. And I saved the receipt here, but I meant for it to be able to come out, but I accidentally stapled it when I was stapling this, this label down. So this is also from the Live, Laugh, Love collection. Pretty much everything in here is. I used a piece of washi here to kind of cover up that staple as well, and then used another puffy sticker. This one says favorite because it's right here with a picture that I took of Corey's name on the ballroom, you know, the signage that's in front of where she was speaking. And we actually watched her speech twice. So we saw it first thing in the morning, and then we ended up not being able to make it to one of the workshops, and so we sat in her speech again, and it was just as fantastic the second time. So that was really fun. Another photo of Susanna and I, and these stickers, these puffy stickers, are from the puffy sticker set, and it says memories. And so since it was a tall page, I decided to just separate the word. So hopefully that makes sense to people. And just made it real simple, blacks and whites that went with this photo here, and then some teal. And these are also from the puffy stickers, and this is a washi strip. Here I used a journaling tag that's just one of the grids and documented all of us girls who were having fun at Corey's photo booth. And we actually, at Corey's booth, there was a raffle, and so for every $10 you spend, you get a ticket. So my tickets, I kept them in here, and I ended up winning. So she drew my name on Sunday, which was super fun because I never win anything. That was a super fun text to get. I used a small glassine bag and put the tickets in here, and then just stapled a label onto a 3x4 card, all from Elle Studio. Another little doily attached to this grid paper. That's a 6x6 page. And then on the opposite side, I just wrote "Dinner with the Gals, Downtown Burlingame," and a photo that the waiter took of the 6 of us. Did some layering with just some fun pattern papers. The end here this is actually a photo that I took in the morning of the Bay Bridge, but I ended up not using it, to document my travels to San Francisco. I ended up using it just to kind of say bye to the day. And then here, this is just all about being glad I said yes, because I really wasn't going to go. I had actually made a decision not to go, and then totally changed my mind, and I'm really glad that I did because I had such a super time. And then here I used some of the puffy alphas and some more washi tape to just say until next year, because I do plan on going to PlannerCon 2018 because it will be in the same place. So I know that it's an easy place for me to get to. It's only 2.5 hours from home, so it works out really nicely. And then this actually is the last page, and I decided to glue and secure this down because it really didn't have any other thing. There was no reason for me to flip any further, so I just thought that those looked really nice together and just added some hearts. And that, my friends, is my traveler's notebook about PlannerCon 2017, using all supplies from the Live, Laugh, Love collection, which, as you can see, is absolutely gorgeous with so many fun colors and so many fun embellishments and papers. I really hope that you guys have a chance to grab this kit, and I hope that you have enjoyed watching. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.